Welcome back to the Dr. Jeffrey Tauth Heart Talk Show, and today's show is called Dr. Jeffrey Tauth Arterial Plaque's Hidden Heart. Damage, and trust me, it's juicier than your cousin's peach cobbler. Listen up, because I'm about to blow your mind with a statistic that should make you sit up straighter than your grandmother at Sunday service. 80% of heart attacks happen without warning signs. That's right, 8 out of 10 people walking around thinking they're fine are actually ticking time bombs. Your arteries could be silently clogging right now while you're listening to this podcast, sipping your coffee, thinking everything's peachy. Today we're diving deep into the truth about plaque buildup, and I'm going to give you 3 ways to stop it dead in its tracks. Now let's talk about what plaque actually does to your precious heart. Most people think plaque is just some mysterious gunk floating around in there, but let me paint you a picture. Plaque is like that annoying house guest who overstays their welcome, except this guest is made of sticky deposits of cholesterol, fat, and calcium. This stuff builds up on your artery walls exactly like rust in old pipes. And just like those rusty pipes in your house that make you want to call a plumber, these deposits narrow the pathways where your blood needs to flow, forcing your poor heart to work harder than a single mom on Black Friday. Eventually, if you ignore it long enough, this plaque completely blocks blood flow and boom, heart attack. As I always tell my patients, plaque buildup restricts oxygen delivery to your heart muscle, causing chest pain, fatigue, and potentially fatal blockages. It's like trying to breathe through a straw when you really need to take a deep breath. But here's what most people don't realize, and this is where it gets really interesting. The whole plaque formation process starts with inflammation in your artery walls. Think of inflammation as your body's fire alarm system. When your blood pressure is sky high and your blood sugar is doing the cha-cha, it damages your arteries first. Your body, being the helpful little problem solver it is, sends cholesterol to patch up these damaged areas like a maintenance crew fixing potholes. The problem is, these patches aren't temporary fixes. They grow into dangerous blockages over time. Chronic inflammation equals accelerated plaque growth. It's like having a road crew that never stops working, just keeps adding more and more patches until you've got a traffic jam that would make rush hour in Atlanta look like a leisurely Sunday drive. This reminds me of a patient I had a few years back. Picture this: a 45-year-old teacher, marathon runner, thought she was eating a healthy diet, felt fine as wine, passed all her basic checkups with flying colors. This woman was convinced she had the heart of a 20-year-old athlete. Then we did a calcium scan, and wouldn't you know it, she had 70% artery blockage. 70%? I can't make this stuff up. Years of stress from dealing with middle schoolers, plus all those processed foods she thought were healthy because they said natural on the package, had created silent inflammation that was quietly building up like sediment in a riverbed. We caught it just in time and avoided what could have been a massive heart attack. She went from thinking she was invincible to realizing she'd been playing Russian roulette with her coronary arteries. So what can you do starting today? Here's the good news that'll make you want to do a happy dance. Your body has an incredible ability to heal itself through what I call the reversal process. Anti-inflammatory foods are your new best friends. We're talking fatty fish like salmon, leafy greens that would make Popeye jealous, and berries so loaded with antioxidants they're basically nature's cleanup crew. Regular movement increases your good cholesterol, what we call HDL, which acts like a bouncer at a nightclub, escorting the bad stuff out of your system. Stress management reduces inflammatory hormones because chronic stress is like pouring gasoline on a fire. And here's the kicker that gets me excited every single time. Plaque can actually stabilize and shrink with consistent changes. Your arteries have remarkable healing capacity if you give them half a chance. Yep, entirely true. Your arteries are more forgiving than your ex-spouse and more resilient than a pickup truck in a country song. But you've got to do the work. Here's your immediate action step, and I want you to start this week. Replace one processed meal daily with salmon, spinach, and blueberries. If you're over 40 and you haven't had a calcium score test, schedule one now. Maybe I should see you in the clinic, we need to talk. But seriously, start now, because your future heart will thank you, and so will everyone who loves you and wants to keep you around for Sunday dinners and family vacations. This has been the Dr. Jeffrey Tauth Heart Talk Show. Until next time, stay healthy and remember, if you're looking for answers, check out drjeffreytauth.us.com. Later, y'all.